Okay, this is a demonstration of the Posturr app. So I am going to open Posturr. It's the first time it's loaded on this app or on this Mac. You'll notice immediately when you try to open up Posturr, it'll request access to the camera. So I'm going to allow. And then right now we're in the calibration screen. So it's having me look at the dots to track where my head is at. And there we go. So you can see me here, hello. I guess I'm looking at the wrong camera. Now what Posturr does is it tracks your head height, and if it detects that you're slouching, it'll begin to, depending on your warning overlay, either blur your screen, show a vignette, a border, or do nothing and just track that you slouched. So I'll demonstrate each of those. So as you can see in here, I'm leaning forward. And if we just wait for a second, I'm in bad posture. Eventually, posture. Let me disable this delay, and that's gonna throw things off. So let's disable the delay. Now if I lean forward, it's blurred my screen. Now I can reduce the intensity of that blur, be a bit more gentle. And now if I lean forward, it detects I'm slouching. It's very gentle. I have to really lean forward in order for this thing to really show me what's going on. I'm going to bring that back to about easy. Actually, I'll do medium, and then I'll show you the other modes. So here's vignette with the color red selected. As you can see, as I lean forward, a vignette appears. I'm going to increase intensity. That's how I prefer it. And then let's do border. So here's me leaning forward. And then none. So this will track that I slouch. I'll show you where it tracks. So if I lean forward, it's showing me as slouching. You can see it here in the status, but it's not actually affecting the screen. Now if we go to statistics, it actually detects slouch events. And so again, if I slouch, it just detected 24, slouch again, 25. And so for people who want to monitor how often they're slouching without having the warning overlay, they can use this posture analytics to get a sense of their posture. There's a few other things I can demonstrate. We have a shortcut set up. You can set that to whatever you want. I have it by default set to Control Option P. So if I set that, I can then hit Control Option P, and you can see it disables the camera. The user can also go up here and enable it themselves. There's a few features here. Blur went away, so if I show you me covering up the screen so I can't see my face, it'll trigger blur went away. This just blurs your screen if it doesn't detect a human. People like that for privacy. We have show and dock. My dock's actually on my other monitor, but that makes this app appear in your dock, and when you click it, it shows in your dock and opens this top menu bar for you when you click it. What else? Show launch at login. That's pretty obvious. When you log into the app, it'll launch the app. And then a few other things I can talk through. You can change your camera. I've got 2 studio display cameras because I have 2 studio displays. The dead zone is basically how strict it is before it starts triggering the warning overlay. So if I go back and I make that really strict, as soon as I start leaning forward, we'd expect it to start kicking in. Both of these default to medium, And then the delay, as you saw earlier, that delays how long until the warning kicks in. So for people who are maybe look down to type, it gives them a little breathing room to come back to upright before it triggers a slouch event. And then the detection mode, this is basically just trying to trade performance for responsiveness. So I have it in responsive mode. That means that it's using the camera and capturing images on a much faster rate and analyzing them with the Apple Vision framework to determine my head height, which can take a bit more CPU, but they can choose balanced or performance. This is doing much slower frame rate, so it won't be as responsive, but it will take up less CPU. I try to make that more intuitive for the users of the app so they don't have to understand the technicals behind it. But if I lean forward, you might notice that it, let me turn up the delay. I did that last time. If I lean forward, it'll take a little bit longer for it to detect that I am slouching, but it'll recover quickly. You can recalibrate again. So on my other screen, it's asking me to look at the dots, and here we are on the second screen looking at the dots. And that about covers all the features. There's not much else in here. You can disable it from the menu icon, and you can quit the app. And that's it. Thank you.